I went from Amway to Primerica. And in Primerica, they talked a lot about self-improvement. And I didn't even know what self-improvement was. Didn't make any sense to me. But the upline told me that, Aaron, if you want to be successful, if you want to make a lot of money, you got to go on a self-improvement journey. And what is a self-improvement journey? What's that mean? He said what that means is you're going to spend time reading books, listening to CDs, going through programs, getting access to better information. Because it's only once you have access to better information that you can take better actions and you can get a better, more favorable result. And I said, well, why do I got to do this? He said, listen, most people do not make that much money. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. Most people live with lack and limitation and don't have the things that they want. So in order for you, if you want to get things, if you want to live a life that other people don't live, you have to do things and acquire knowledge and information that other people lack. I said, that doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. I want to make money. So if that's what I got to do, that's what I'll do. So one of the books I read, one of the first books I read was a body language book. And this body language book talked about that when you're interacting with people, you can pay attention. You can look at them, and you can pick up on little signs that will tell you certain things about them, and then you can adjust what you do based on these signs. And one of the things this book said is if you were to shake someone's hand, so we're going to pretend that I am shaking your hand. If you were to shake someone's hand and the person's palm is facing up, if the person goes to shake, so if you come to shake my hand and my palm is faced up, this means that I'm friendly. This also means that I'm very friendly and I like to be led. I like to let other people lead me. If your palm is faced like, of course, this is kind of the, the socially correct way to shake hands is where it's kind of like this, the hand's like this. And then if your palm is down, if someone's palm is pointed down, this means they like to be in control. This means that they like to always be right and they like to lead. Hitler used to do, it was something like that, right? Where his palms are face down. And I'm Jewish, by the way, so it's totally fine. We can do that. Okay, we're making a point here. Palms are face down. So I said, okay, this is very strange. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for, but now that I know it. 10 years have gone by since I've read that book, probably more than 10 years. And sometimes I'm going to meet a customer. And if the customer comes up to me, and they reach their hand out, and their palms are face down, and me, I shake their hand like this, and their palms are face down, that shows me that they like to be led. They like to be in control. So what will I do? For the rest of the interaction, I will tweak how I interact with that person by adjusting what I do and say. So if I need them to sign something, or I need them to do something, I might say, would it be okay if I can get you to sign right here for this? Would it be okay if I could get you to do this for this, right? Understanding it's part of the process. And the person whose palms are face down, because I'm kind of asking for permission, because they like to be in control, they like that. They say, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, sure, we could do that. Now, the person whose palms are up, they like to be led a little bit more. So if they go to shake my hand and their palms are up, because I know they like to be led a little bit more, they're okay with me leading, a lot of times I'll say, all right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get an autograph. I'm going to get you to sign right here, and I like to say autograph. I'm going to get you to autograph right here, and then I'm going to get your initials right here. And then I'm going to have you go ahead and do this for me. And they like that, because they're okay being led. So I'm able to give each person the exact experience they want, depending on if they like to be in control or if they like to be led, all because I took some time to read a body language book like 10 years ago. That is the power of self-improvement. The power of self-improvement is it allows you to get access to better information. And then because a lot of this information with self-improvement is about us managing ourselves or interacting with other people, we can then use that for the rest of our lives. In probably thousands, if not tens of thousands of situations to have smoother interactions with people, to get people to like us. And this is just with body language. You can learn this about motivating yourself. Imagine once you learn how to be self-motivated. If you learn how to motivate yourself, where you draw motivation from within, and you can naturally pull yourself to be motivated in pretty much doing anything, then what's the benefit of that? You would never be lazy, and you would always be able to accomplish things. So, what happens is, that's why you'll see so many people, they read a bunch of self-improvement books, and then you see all these people, they're making $500,000 a year, or a couple $100,000 a year. Or Tony Robbins, I think he read like 1,000 self-improvement books in like a couple of years or something like that. And now he's worth a lot of money. It's because once you get all this information, it's very easy to start making money, to think better, to think clearer, and to do all the things that are needed to make money. Because making money, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not like one little trick. There's a lot of little things you have to know. There's a lot of little things that go into making money or starting and growing a successful business. But going on a self-improvement journey, and it doesn't have to be reading books, by the way. I've gotten great information from books. I've gotten great information from videos. I've gotten great information from programs. I've gotten great information from mentors. I paid $5,000 before to go on a boot camp. I got great information from that boot camp training that I went on. They called it a boot camp. So so that's the power of self-improvement. That is the power of going on a self-improvement journey. So my recommendation, of course, would be to go on one. And it doesn't mean we got to be spending all of our time, but if you could spend 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours a day, could be reading a book. It could be when you're making food, going to the grocery store, picking up the kids, cleaning up around the house, kind of doing just tasks. You can listen to audiobooks. Because think about this. Let's say that you want to make a lot of money. And there are people out there that started off absolutely dirt poor with no connections. And over the years have made millions, tens of millions, or billions of dollars. Then they put together a book that in the book explains the exact process they went through to make money. The thought process they had, the risks that they took. They tell you about the risks that they took. All these little things, and you get this information, and then when you run across situations like that, you can apply it. There's been times where I've had stuff that I had to do with my business, where there was this time where this competitor tried to screw me over. So Donald Trump has a book, regardless of what you think about, him as when he was a president or as a president. Regardless of what you think about Donald Trump, is that he's made a lot of money in business, right? He's made a lot of money in business. So what I did is I applied the stuff. It wasn't traditional. In fact, most people would disagree. From the book, I implemented it, and it worked out very, 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 very well. Because whenever we run into problems, we're going to say, all right, what's the best thing to do here? What should I do? And most of the time, we just have what the people we know have told us, or stuff on TV. You start to get access to this better information, you can reference better things in your brain, and when you have access to better information, you can take better actions, you can get better results. My name is Aaron Goldsten, and yes, I highly recommend going on a self-improvement journey. I think you will be very happy with the changes in yourself and where your life turns out in just the next handful of months and even handful of years. Have a fantastic day.